an iPhone 4 for 40 bucks. Seems a good deal, right? Usually it is, but this one, man, that's I call it the dilemma phone. So, why do I even have this? Well, I have another iPhone 4, my trusty old iPhone 4. I have that since 2011, I think, or 2010 even, I don't know. And I use it as my music player, so as my iPod if you want like that. But unfortunately, it ran out of storage. So again, what do? Not buy an iPod, of course, but another iPhone 4 because it's working so great, has Bluetooth, it's cheap, and you know, that's what I thought. So didn't want an iPod Touch because they have less storage and they cost almost the same. And if I have an iPhone, I have pretty much the same and more space, and you know. So I got an iPhone 4. That's the reason. And I got hooked up with a friend who knew that a guy who has one and he wants to sell it. Now I bought this sight unseen because I thought, well, what can go wrong? I mean, does it work? Yes. Does it have a cracked screen? No. And that's where the only things I'm worried about. And it has one broken thing that sucks. And let me show you. Now, it's working great, but you can see right away it's missing some stuff. We'll get into that later. Now, it is having a broken sleep-wake button, and as you can see, it's a little pushed in. I'm not sure how difficult it is to fix, but I'm certainly thinking it's not too easy. And so I have this problem that I can't lock and unlock it, but more is I cannot get it into DFU mode because I first wanted to downgrade it since it now runs iOS 7 as you can see, and I know that it's faster on iOS 6 and it uses a little less storage, so I have more room for my music. But since I don't have a working sleep-wake button, I can't get it into DFU mode. So I thought, well, shit. What do? Well, you restore it into in iTunes, and well, then I at least have a new phone. So I tried to do that, but there's an iCloud account still on this phone. I don't want to get into here because it's personal. And it has the iPhone search activated. And that means you cannot restore it because iTunes thinks you stole it and won't restore it because it's still activated. So I called the guy up and he has no idea that this account is on. And so what do? I mean, I think I'm gonna call the Apple support and ask them what I have to do, but I'm not really expecting any great answer. But before I did that, I thought, oh, I'm gonna be smart. I'm an old ass jailbreaker. I used to do that all the time, and so I jailbroke it with this Pangu. And I'm telling you, back then when I was into jailbreaking with this phone, I jailbreaked I think multiple 50 times at least. This was iOS 6 and iOS 5 time. Now with iOS 7, they introduced this stupid Pangu piece of crap. And or was it with iOS 6? I don't know. I just remember that we had to wait, and when it finally came out, it had a bug. But then this Pangu piece of shit fucked up here the whole phone because I did everything it wanted. I set the time, I set the everything, but I couldn't deactivate the iPhone search, and I googled, and pretty much everyone wrote it could cause errors, but it shouldn't. So I didn't care, and I jailbroke it. Now, when I launched Cydia for the first time, it crashed. It resprung, and when it did that, it looked like this. And not to forget, it had missing icons, but after a reboot, you could do that via here, the assistive touch, and you go here and you hold down the lock icon and it will actually turn off. And when how you turn it on, well, you connect it to a power source. When you reboot it, had at least the icons again, and hopefully, thankfully, this was still there, but the applications are gone. I don't know where they are, and if I'm looking for them in Spotlight, for example, the contacts, it's gone. It's not here. It's not on there anymore. It doesn't find it. In here, the settings app is exactly the same. There's nothing missing, or nothing weird. But the applications are gone, and so is Cydia. So why did I jailbreak it? Well, I wanted to maybe there's a way of getting rid of that iCloud account via jailbreak. It would seem reasonable to me since it's kind of hacking and. But since I don't have Cydia, I really can't do anything. And I also cannot restore it because of this iPhone surge shit. And I also can't really use it all that great since it doesn't have most of the apps. I mean, it has voice recording and it has the iTunes store. At least it has the music app, thankfully. There's still a Play Tube, that's what the previous owner downloaded. But there's no camera, no contacts. As you can see, it's there's nothing. And so it's a really dilemma. I can't restore it, and I can't really use it either since it's missing half the stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna try to track down the iCloud guy, ask politely for his password that I can disable it and restore it and actually have a working phone again, because it's like this. I mean, the Bluetooth works and the music works, so in theory I should be able to use it the way I wanted it. But I mean, I purchased that and the guy told me it's working and he didn't tell me about this, so he could at least be that nice and give me his password. And I know it's something big to ask for, but he can change it out right anyway. So I mean, yeah, what do you think about this dilemma phone? I should actually just sell it like that. I mean, this guy has his iCloud on it, and he gave it to me like that. So yeah, guess he sold me his account. So yeah, that is my dilemma iPhone. It's working good. It's not in too bad shape either. I mean, there's little scratches here and there, but that's just normal for these phones. 100% glass phones. But yeah, can't lock it, can't do anything. This is the iPhone.